Full masterclass with bonus modules is free on WAP. First link in the description below. Now on to part 3 of the Matrix masterclass, which is modern day slavery. And this is going to essentially just go over, going through schooling, going through college, 9-to-5 jobs, the American dream being a scam, and all that sort of good shit. So here we go. So, from the very beginning, I feel this is the best place to start. Before you even get into like high school and college, we all start somewhere. And the average person, if you're not homeschooled, this is where the scam starts. It starts in preschool and middle school. And as a youngin', alongside your education, your time is one of the most important and valuable things that you have. Unfortunately, you don't get to make the choice of how your time is spent on what education. Picture this. Your parents send you off to school. You're excited to learn new things and meet other kids. You go in with joy and enthusiasm. You want to run around, play, and have fun, as kids do. But then you begin to be told to stop. You're told you need to sit down, be quiet, and be a good kid. Your world is destroyed. Learning suddenly becomes a lecture, and recess became your only 10 minutes to talk to your friends and be outside because as soon as you get home, your parents are too tired from work to play anymore. School is good for one thing only: destroying your kids. I mean, seriously, guys, I'm going to tell you this. My kids, they're going to be homeschooled. That's just how it is. There's no way around it. At the very least, if you can't homeschool your kids, you should at the very least put them in like a Christian school or something like that. Catholic school, your kid's going to get raped. Sorry to break it to you. In all seriousness, though, with public schools, your children are being indoctrinated. And if you can't see it, then, I mean, you're just never going to believe it. And of course, after middle school, you get up to high school. And as a young individual, a man especially, your time is the most valuable thing you have. Letting the world decide life's most important decisions will only continue to hold you back. Never take advice from someone who isn't where you want to be in life. So why are you listening to your teachers? They're not there to teach you how to become wealthy, powerful, and live a meaningful life with a family of your own. They're simply there to distract you with useless goals and demand your undying respect, mind you, from a stranger. They don't care about you because at the end of the day, they still get paid for instilling the idea of sheep-like activity and mindless action with no forethought into your mind. Once they convince you to get your high school diploma, college will do the rest. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, and it's kind of funny. One of my cousins, we kind of had this weird suspicion of her. She never really had a boyfriend or nothing. She'd always be around girls, like, in a weird way. Went through college. Now she's fucking trans. Yeah, okay? That happens to too many people. Getting into specifics for a brief moment here. If you Google, what did John D. Rockefeller say about school? You get, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. Think about that statement for a moment, though. What do you think it means? If you can't come up with an explanation yourself, I'll give you the translation. I want to create obedient slaves that do not know of deviance. Keep in mind that John D. Rockefeller was one of the largest investors in the education system and actually invented the General Education Board. Not to mention how children are forced to sit in one spot without saying a word, while staring at a computer for 7 to 8 hours a day and still somehow expected to not misbehave when they are meant to have all the energy in the world by God. The proof is in the pudding. I mean, seriously, guys. I know the vast majority of you would agree with me. Even my own mother agrees with me, okay? My own mother doesn't think I'm a fucking nut job. My entire family doesn't even think I'm a nut job for this anyway. The rest of the rabbit hole you guys are going to find out. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not. Seriously, I'm sure the vast majority of the average person would agree, like, yeah, I really do think people, kids, I wish they let us outside more, had more recess time, had more time, playing gym and having more fun like kids should, because that's literally how God created you. He didn't create you to sit at a desk, even if I know not every school uses Chromebooks and laptops and computers like mine does, or did, I should actually say. But a lot of them will use iPads, or, a lot of teachers nowadays will use like a digital whiteboard or like a projector as opposed to like an actual physical whiteboard that they write on, like literally. Now, when I was in school a couple of years ago, and obviously they still have it now. I don't know why they would get rid of it. They would have this like digital fake pen thing that I write on the board. It was like the new thing a couple of years ago. I thought it was so cool, but it's just gay bullshit, honestly, now, because it's like, what the fuck happened to pen and paper? I mean, I know sometimes my hand hurts after writing for a while, but I mean, for fuck's sake, I'll do some work on my computer for a day for a couple hours, but for seven, you know how long fuckers are in school? We all know it's bullshit. And now, for college degrees, welcome to the American education system. It's all a scam. The reason that college is such a scam is because you're heavily pressured into pursuing a degree. The problem with this is that not only can it take up to 8 or 12 years of your life to obtain, if you decide to stick around that long, but also costs up to $114,300 per year, which is the average high school graduate only makes about $34,586 a year, meaning they will likely be in debt for the next 3 to 4 years. And despite all of this, you're still not even guaranteed a single position in a job afterwards, because most companies want experience, not some piece of bullshit paper that claims you know what you're doing. Experience will always beat a lousy certificate of practice and theory. Seriously, I will tell you, and there's also, I've seen so many videos of other people saying the same thing as well, saying that they've gone through years of college to do this one specific job, but they applied to so many positions and jobs, like on Indeed, that said they were hiring. None of them got back. And, again, you know what jobs want more than just some lousy piece of shit paper? Real world fucking experience, bitch. Because seriously, if I hire someone to come fix my car, or if I hire someone to build a house, I don't want that shit done half-assed, lousy. Either that, and I also don't want it done by some crack-ass motherfucker that goes, yeah, I mean, I've watched YouTube videos and studied for 10 years on how to build a house. And I go, okay, well, have you ever actually built one? Or watched someone build one? Well, no, just, like read books about it and like studied and taken tests. Okay, then what the fuck do you know? Why should I hire you to build my house? Why should I hire you to fix my car? Why should I hire you to do anything if you haven't actually done it? How can I trust you if you don't have that experience, if you don't know what you're doing? What if you build a pillar wrong and then later the house goddamn collapses? Or there's a dangerous gas leak because of your jackass, or whatever the situation may be. Like, seriously, companies actually want experience. The only reason that like high school diplomas and college degrees work is the same principle with money. The US dollar, guess what? It doesn't have real value. It's just that we all agree it does. It's a lousy piece of fucking paper, okay? It doesn't actually mean shit. I mean, we can all sit here and pretend like, well, I mean, everyone agrees that it means something, so it should, right? Yeah, in society, in the perfect world, but that's never gonna happen. Which leads you on to the next thing. Your typical 9-to-5 job. The era of working at McDonald's and having enough money to buy a family home after a few years is over. With today's economy, it is no longer possible to work a regular 9-to-5 job and afford housing, much less an expectation. You can sit there wishing you lived back in the 50s and continue working as a slave for a company that doesn't give a shit about you, while never amounting to anything in your lifetime, depleting your family's last name of any existence whatsoever. Or you can quit sulking, let reality punch you in the face, and do something about it. The hard truth is that 65% Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and more than likely, you're one of them. The secret to truly building wealth is you must have multiple streams of income. Relying on purely one is foolish. How do you think the biggest names in the game got to where they're at? Whoever they are, I know there's a lot of people that I could mention, right? Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, whatever, whoever it may be. I know they're corrupt ass motherfuckers, pedophiles, even, whatever. Okay. But I'm going to tell you that they didn't just get rich from like just having a little good idea and it magically the fate of the universe magically made their idea blow up and they made millions and billions. No. It's because they any money they made, they rolled over and just kept on throwing it back into investing in their project. They worked their ass off, they worked hard for it, and they invested in other things as well, and not just one thing. I'm just going to give you a quick idea. If you want to start a business, you want to start a company or whatever it is, you have this idea, you think it's perfect, right? Let's say you use all of your money. Let's say you have $20,000 saved up. You use like 15,000. Let's say you use like all of it, 19, maybe even 20,000. You use every last penny of your money because you're like, this is the perfect idea. It's going to work. Use all your money to invest in this one idea. What if it doesn't work? What then? You're just broke. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So you should, if you're going to do some fuck shit like that, you should at least take all of your money and invest it into a bunch of different ideas because then at least one of them is guaranteed to work out. Wisdom. And now for the American dream. We all know the American dream, or what it was anyway. It is no longer even a possibility for many Americans now. The American dream has become merely just another old fairy tale left in the past. Thanks to Joe Biden and the Obamas, 65% of Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. 12.4% are currently making what is considered low income. 25% of marriages divorce and families fall apart. 18% are homeless. 1.7% commit suicide, and the list goes on. What was once an incredibly attainable goal for many is now a mere unbelievable and inconceivable fairy tale that's been quietly swept under the rug. Just another fantasy 1,000,000 miles away. If you want the full Matrix Masterclass with locked modules, bonus sections, downloads, and the path to break out of the system, you can access it for completely free on WAP. First link is in the description below.